What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. A major ruling comes in here from the International Court of Justice. I'll give you the details on that. Also, how Congress could be giving millions of Americans thousands of dollars, and a lot of people are waiting on this. I'll give you the details on that here as well, and more in this video. Let's jump right in. Thank you so much for liking these videos. Here we go. Okay, take a listen here to this new International Court of Justice ruling that has just come in.
Breaking news out of the International Court of Justice.
The ICJ has just delivered its interim ruling. The case was brought by South Africa, which accuses Israel of committing genocide in Gaza. Among the measures approved, the court has ordered Israel to, quote, take all measures within its power to prevent genocide in Gaza.
NBC News foreign correspondent Matt Bradley joins us now from Tel Aviv. Matt, good morning. So walk us through this ruling here. What are the emergency measures it's ordered?
Yeah, so this was a consequential ruling because, there's this, there were these issues of whether or not the court could even have jurisdiction over this. Israel had asked for this case to be thrown out, and this was a case that was brought by South Africa. Some 8 injunctions brought against Israel, and the court ruling, which we just heard just moments ago, said that Israel needs to ensure it does not commit genocide, punish those who incite to genocide, provide humanitarian assistance to Gaza, prevent the destruction of evidence of the genocide, and that Israel needs to submit a report to the court within the next month describing how they have worked towards all of these measures that you're now seeing on your screen. So we should be hearing from Israel in a month if they're hoping to comply with the court. Worth noting that the International Court of Justice doesn't have any teeth to impose these punishments. And Israel had called these allegations absurd. And now we just heard from the right-wing Minister of National Security here in Israel that this was an anti-Semitic ruling. But at the same time, the residents of Gaza and the Palestinian people and those who have been calling for a ceasefire throughout the entire world are also likely to be disappointed by this ruling because it doesn't go so far as South Africa had asked for an immediate ceasefire, which is a demand that we've been hearing from all corners of the globe as Israel's incursion into the Gaza Strip now has killed more than 26,000 people, most of them civilians in the Gaza Strip. So this is a case that is going to continue. This was, as you mentioned, a preliminary ruling. The final ruling on whether or not Israel was committing or is committing genocide in the Gaza Strip, that could be years away. But given that they didn't ask for an immediate halt to hostilities in the Gaza Strip, it is unlikely, according to analysts and experts on international justice, that the court will finally rule in the end that Israel was committing genocide because the bar for the final ruling of genocide is so much higher. But still, guys, this is a really consequential decision. The really big thing here was that the court decided to entertain these injunctions, these requests from South Africa at all. This was something that the court decided they had jurisdiction on, decided that South Africa had the right to make these claims against Israel. That is really important for international diplomacy, very important for the efficacy of the court, even though it doesn't have the teeth or the implementation power to impose these rules. But it just goes to show that Israel is being watched by the international community for its actions in the Gaza Strip.
So the International Criminal Court and the Court of Justice here is very important for the world because it holds countries, militaries, and things like that accountable in different ways, and it makes sure that countries like Israel, Russia, United States, it holds them accountable, even if it's just for pressure on them. Okay, for example, Vladimir Putin, even though he kind of does what he wants, he now can't travel to a whole bunch of different countries because those countries would have to arrest him because they're abiding by the courts. They've have pledges, and now Vladimir Putin literally can't travel to like 50 some different countries or something like that. They would have to arrest him. Okay, and Vladimir Putin knows this, and now he can't travel to all those countries. Okay, and the thing here is that Israel is more bound by these things. They're going to listen to this now, and they're going to say, maybe we need to dial it back now, and maybe not just go in there gung-ho and just be, blowing everything up. We have to take into account the innocent people there. Now, we have to make sure that, yes, Hamas might be there. Yes, Hamas may have attacked us first. We got to be more careful. We have to make sure there's innocent people there that really have nothing to do with this war. We have to be more careful. The International Criminal Court and Court of Justice, they're looking at us. The world is watching us. There's a lot of other innocent people there. We gotta be more careful. We can't just go in there and be blasting away. Yeah, Hamas might be there, but we just gotta take more care. And a lot of people are upset about this, and rightfully so. And yeah, you know, Hamas is there hiding and stuff, which makes it difficult to do. And you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comment. And Hamas is purposely doing this. You know, they're hiding underneath hospitals, they're hiding underneath schools, which makes it even more difficult. And that's the problem here. That's the problem. Hamas knows this. They're literally hiding for their lives, fighting for their lives, and purposely hiding there, which makes it even more difficult here on this. Yeah. Congress is close to passing the expanded child tax credit bill, which could or will put thousands of dollars in people's pockets times millions of people, tens of millions of people, actually. Here's what you need to know. Take a look here. A new bill is making its way through Congress, which could help parents as soon as this tax year, literally within the next few days, if lawmakers are able to pass it quickly. Currently known as the Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act of 2024, say that 5 times fast, made it out of the House Ways and Means Committee last week in a 40-3 vote. So it literally passed out of the House Ways and Means Committee by a landslide. So, from the way it looks, it has a good chance of passing fully. How will they do this in time to pass all the way? I'll keep you up to date. The bill would expand the child tax credit for working families. Lawmakers upped the child tax credit back in 2001, increased the age limit, and making it fully refundable. But that only lasted for 1 year. I don't think this meant to say 2001 because they've did it since then. The new bill is a scaled down version of that plan. Under the current law, you can get a tax credit of up to $2,000 per child if that child is 16 years or younger and your household income is under $200,000 or $400,000 for a couple. However, only $1,600 of that money is refundable when you file your taxes, which means that all you can get back as a refund, even if you don't owe the money, even if you don't owe the government anything. So the $1,600 is a big deal because a lot of people can get that even if it's a good thing. The new bill would change the maximum amount to $1,800 per child, with the annual increases until 2025. So it would be $1,900 in 2024 and $2,000 in 2025 per child, I believe. It would also be tied to inflation. The bill would also eliminate a cap in the current law, allowing those to qualify to get the full amount of the credit for each child. This also comes this year after millions of Americans have lost Medicaid coverage as pandemic-era policies have ended. More than 15 million Americans have been disenrolled from Medicaid. Yeah, 15 million Americans that the government no longer has to put out money for. That's a lot of Americans. You can let me know your thoughts on this. They're saying that a lot of this is because states kept enrolling on Medicaid program for 3 years during the pandemic and couldn't disallow people during that phase. There are a number of people who have had changes in circumstances. They've gotten new jobs. They have increased their hours at their existing jobs. And because of those increases in income, they're no longer eligible. Plus, the states have now kicked off people who weren't eligible to begin with, but enrolled during those periods. And 15 million people losing government programs is a lot of dough. Can let me know your thoughts on this because, well, that's billions and billions of dollars that the government no longer has to shell out, and a lot of people losing their coverage, some of which they weren't even rightfully to have to begin with, but since they enrolled during the pandemic era policy, the government wasn't even allowed to disallow them. So they signed up and they got it anyways. So let me know your thoughts. I'll keep you up to date. If you haven't yet, make sure to like and share these videos with anybody that needs to hear this information. Subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any new videos, and click the bell icon afterwards. It's completely free. New videos come out here every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click here to see Congress banning millions of Americans from the internet. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.